Bit of a surprise. We're going out of order here, and we welcome Jaron "Boots" Ennis to the stage. Jaron Ennis, of course, headlined Saturday night on Showtime. He's headlined many show boxes over the years, over the last couple of years, and now he's graduated to Showtime Championship Boxing. He takes on his first former world champion again in Sergey Lipinets on Saturday night in the main event. 26-0, 24 KOs. And last time we saw him was against Chris Van Heerden in December, right here at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, in the bubble, same environment. That fight ended in no contest, headbutt. So we can kick this off with, Jaron, what did you feel about, after that fight? I know it was, the end of your KO streak. It was not ideal. What did you do to get back, get your head right, get back in the gym and everything?
Oh, well, you know me. I just went right back to the gym on Monday and did what I need to do and, just to get better and get prepared for myself for my next fight, which is now.
That's right. Hey, if anyone has questions from the media, please raise your hands and I'll get to them. How was training camp? Can you just speak specifically about any preparations, anything different that you did? How have the last few weeks been?
Training camp went great. Same old, just preparing, taking to the next level. And now I had added a new workout in my training camp, the underwater treadmill. That was one of the workouts. And, but that was about it, though. Everything else been the same, just doing a little more and, preparing myself for the fight.
That's right. As noted, first Showtime Championship Boxing main event. Has anything felt different? How has that experience been for you?
No, everything been it's like normal to me. Only thing is a little bit more media, a little bit more interviews and stuff like that. But I don't mind it. But everything else for the same though. It's just another day in the office, another day, another dollar.
Absolutely. Well, we have some more questions and some more interviews coming at you right now. We'll kick Keith Idek from Boxing Scene. The floor is yours, Keith.
Hey, Jaron. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Lipinets told one of my coworkers at Boxing Scene that he hopes that the fight is not a marathon. I guess implying that you were going to run or something. I don't know if he said that exactly, but that it's not a marathon like the last fight was. I'm just wondering if you saw that, and if even if you didn't, what your reaction to that is.
I didn't see it, but I ain't worrying about what he talking about. At the end of the day, he still got to get in the ring with me on Saturday night. And, we're going to see. He could talk all that marathon stuff all you want.
But you've never done that before, so obviously that's not
exactly. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They don't know what I'm gonna bring. That's why they always say that I'm an all around fighter. They don't know how I'm gonna fight. I can fight several different ways, and that's why they always say stuff like that, or they try to say stuff like that. They don't know how I'm gonna come. Just know they just gotta be ready.
Jaron, winning this fight the way that you're expecting to win it, what does that do for you? As a former world champion and obviously the most accomplished opponent that you have faced so far, what does it do for your career to beat him?
Well, after I do my thing on Saturday night and I do it in a big statement, a high fashion, it's only up. It's only it's only on to the next bigger and better things. The elite fighters, the top 3 guys, and then maybe a world title at the end of the year. So I feel like it's just gonna elevate my rankings up, my superstardom, and just like the start of me being a pay-per-view star and starting Saturday night. It's only up.
Thank you, Jaron.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Next, we can go to Soichi Hayashi. You can unmute.
Yes. You are Philadelphian, right?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
You grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yes, so at that town, grew up great champion were born. Joe Frazier, or Tim Witherspoon, Bernard Hopkins, Meredith Taylor, so etc., etc. So what is your effect, influence to you, Philadelphia to you?
You saying like what they influenced to me, like the people that in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You know, just at the end of the day, you gotta coming up. And you fighting on TV. You just gotta, you know, put on for Philly and continue the legacy that they put on. So that's my only goal is to continue the legacy and do my thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Rick Muhammad.
Hey, so what's up, champ? It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media.
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, I'm blessed. Hey, based on this camp that you had preparing for Lipinets, did anything change in camp? Any concerns? Anything that you may have worked on or tweaked specifically to his style of fight, or is it just business as usual for Boots Ennis? You just gonna go in there, do your thing in camp, and then come out and let them have it?
Yeah, I mean, you put it right spot on. I just do my thing, you know, go in there and just do my thing and work on the stuff that my pop had me working on and just having fun and making it easy. And that's what we worked on.
Okay, now you said you added. Did you say you added underwater treadmill? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, it's an underwater treadmill. It's good for your legs and your lungs and stuff like that. It's like 3 times a week, like pulling. It's crazy. It feel good.
Wow.
Make you feel phenomenal.
I've never heard of that or seen anything like that. I bet that is like, man, that's about as much as Rocky was training on television for those fights versus all his opponents.
Uh-huh.
But hey, man, much respect to you. Good luck to you on Saturday night. You know, I can't wait to see what's next for you. I'm sure that the title fight is definitely coming your way. Patience is a virtue, brother.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Much respect.
Thanks.
We have a question from the chat here in terms of how you expect to finish the fight on Saturday night. After, you know, returning, what do you value more, getting in rounds or trying to get the stoppage?
I mean, well, everybody know my slogan. I'm in and out like a robbery. But the main goal is, you know, just to be smart, win doing it in dominating fashion, and then if the knockout come, it come. But that's definitely the goal, you know, look good, put on a beautiful performance, and get the knockouts at the end of the night.
Excellent. So next we'll go to Keenan Atchison.
Hey, Boots, how you doing today, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Last time out, you didn't get to perform all the way like you wanted to against Van Heerden, him being a former IBO champ. Was it important for you to fight someone of Sergey's caliber and to help propel you to the next level to being a contender?
Well, like I said before, this is like this the person, like these type of fights I've been waiting for, and this the guy that's gonna take me to the next level, because he has a good name and he was a former world champion at 140. But yeah, that's it.
And looking at some of his previous fights, were there things that you picked and pulled out of his previous fights from his opponents that they did well that you did implement into your camp and you plan to focus on during the fight?
Well, I don't watch any tape with my opponents and stuff like that. I let my team do that, but they gotta adjust to me.
Flat out. And if you're victorious on Saturday, what's next? You know, you get compared to Virgil Ortiz all the time. What sets you apart from him? And are you going out there and plan on having a better performance than he had the last time out against Maurice Hooker?
I don't worry about nobody else but myself. At the end of the day, I'm going there to have fun, do what I do, and look good doing it, and bring home that knockout. But I'm an all-around fighter, and we just 2 different fighters.
All right. Thanks for the time, Boots, and good luck to you Saturday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Next we'll go to Luke Carney.
How are we doing, Boots?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So as we know, Sergey Lipinets represents the first real step up in class for you in your career in terms of a former world champion. Just what is it about your style do you believe people avoid, and do you feel like you've been avoided this far in your career?
Well, like I always said before, I've been trying to get these type of guys in the ring for about 2.5 years. I've been trying to get top guys former world champions, top 10 guys, and it just didn't happen. Now I finally got my chance, and now y'all about to see a whole different animal, a whole different beast, and it's time for me to, do my thing. I'm real excited.
Exciting times. And in terms of how much attention do you pay to other young up-and-coming welterweights? You've got the likes of Elvis Rodriguez, Virgil Ortiz, of course. Over in the UK, we've got Conor Benn and Josh Kelly. How much attention do you pay to the next up-and-coming generation that you're a part of?
I don't really pay attention to the, up-and-coming generation. I always focus on myself and how I'm gonna better myself, and just stay level-headed, stay humble, and stay out the way, and continue to keep getting better and better each and every fight.
Yeah, of course. And finally, just to finish with, you've got a lot of knockouts on your record, and Sergey's got a high knockout ratio himself. That's safe to say that this fight doesn't go the distance on Saturday night?
Whatever y'all think. But I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm going to do. And just don't blink.
Thanks for your time, Boots. Best of luck on Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's the message. Don't blink. Saturday night, Showtime main event. We'll take a couple more questions here, and then Jaron will go. Next question comes from Michael Rosenthal.
Hey, Boots.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. In terms of style, he strikes me as an aggressive guy who comes right at his opponent. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's ideal for you, isn't it?
Most definitely. His style is telling me, for me, him coming forward, just picture perfect for me. He's going to be running that shots all night long. It's going to be a long night for him.
Fantastic. Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next question comes from J.R. Bell.
Hey, what's going on there, Boots?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All good, all good. Now, I've heard from trainers there in the Philadelphia area that kind of compare you to Floyd Mayweather when he was starting out in his career, and you say that you've adopted styles from the likes of him, Roy Jones, or Ward. Does that go into how much talent that you have as a fighter?
I mean, you could say that, but I feel like I'm different. I got my own style. Yeah.
Now, you said, and your father said that you don't really study your opponents and you do your own thing. Does that just go into your level of confidence once you step in the ring against your opponent?
It's that, and like I always say before, when you're in the amateurs, you don't know who you fighting. You fighting the top guys for 6 days, 7 days straight, and you'll fight three tall guys one day. I mean, three tall guys back to back, and then you'll fight two short guys in the southpaw. So you never know, and you gotta adjust on the fly when you're in the amateur. So I just took that amateur knowledge to the pro game, and that's what I've been doing. And I feel like these guys in the pros, they gotta adjust to me. I don't gotta adjust to them. Gotcha.
Now you're ranked in the top 10 in TBRB and in some other boxing publications, and so is Lipinets. So you get this win. Do you think that you are ready to step up against the top 5 or get in that title shot ASAP?
Most definitely. I feel like after this, we're not looking past Sergey Lipinets, but after this, I feel like I'll get a top 5, top 3 guy, and then world title at the end of the year.
All right. Thanks, Boots.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Kirk Jackson. Kirk, are you there? All right, we'll go to Sean Brown.
Hello.
Oh, there's Kirk.
Okay. How you doing, Boots?
How you doing?
Doing good. I like to say it's really good watching your progression. I actually watched you in the amateurs fight in Reno back in 2015. So it's good seeing you from there to what you're doing now.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You've been very vocal about fighting the best in the division. Which is refreshing. Do you realistically think that if you're able to get past Sergey Lipinets, that you'll actually get a shot against Sean Porter, the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford within your next couple of fights?
I mean, that's definitely the goal. Hopefully I can, if they need a dance partner, they could just call.
Would you be open to fighting a fellow Philadelphia fighter, Danny Garcia, if that option was available?
I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, yeah.
Okay, and lastly, do you have a preference for your, like, let's say, like your next 3 opponents?
No, I just want you know, focus on April 10th, do my thing April 10th, make a big statement to the boxing world in the welterweight division, and then maybe a top 3 guy, and then, you know, so on and so forth.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate your time. Much luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Boots, we have one more question from the media. It's Sean Brown from Box Social.
Hey, Jaron, how are you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, thank you. There's been a lot of hype and expectation around you over the years, and gradually that's gotten bigger too, and it's easy to see why. Is that something that you've learned to cope with over the years, or is it just kind of came natural and you've adapted to all that expectation?
I mean, I guess it's just natural. I guess I stay in my own lane. I stay humble, you know, and focus on training and getting better each and every day. So that's how you gotta be.
And before Stephen Fulton fought for his world title, he talked about putting Philadelphia back on the boxing map. Is that something you're hoping to be a part of and to do as well? And does someone like Stephen act as an inspiration for you?
That's definitely the goal, you know, to put on for Philly and, you know, have more world champions in Philadelphia. You know, and I feel like we're gonna have more world champions in Philadelphia around this time next year.
All right, Jaron, thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who asked questions, and most importantly, thank you, Boots, for taking the time to speak to the media today. We look forward to seeing you at the weigh-in tomorrow, and we look forward to even more Saturday night, 9 o'clock, main event against Sergey Lipinets. Thank you, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Main event, Sergey Lipinets, 31 years old, 16, 1-1, 12 knockouts. He was a force at 140 pounds, former IBF world title holder. Only career loss is to 4-division world champion and possible future Hall of Famer Mikey Garcia. And on Saturday night, we welcome him to Showtime again to take on Jaron Boots Ennis in the main event, a welterweight fight with high stakes. The winner sets himself up for a future title shot, and pretty quickly probably. So just welcoming to the stage. How was training camp, Sergey? Tell us how the last few weeks have been for you.
We're having problems hearing that.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah, just a little bit louder, please. What was the question again?
Just asked how training camp has been going for him.
Как было, как все происходит?
Да, всем привет, всем большое спасибо Хейману, Showtime, мистеру Спиноза, моей команде, моим менеджерам, тренерам, всем моим спарринг-партнерам, всем моим болельщикам, всем любителям бокса. Наш кэмп был отличный, супер спарринг-партнеры, супер работа была тяжелая, мы тренировались долго, упорно, и мы готовы к этому бою, все великолепно.
Well, hello, everybody. First of all, I want to thank Al Heyman, Showtime, for having me on, and my team. The camp went just great. Everything went perfect. Great sparring partners. It was not easy. It was real hard, harder than probably I ever had. But we went through it, and it's really, really good now. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. And so I have a few questions. This is a little out of order, but we have some mail-in questions that I'll throw at you. So despite the odds, do you think your experience gives you an edge in this fight on Saturday night?
Despite the odds won again?
It was, does he believe that his experience will give him the edge on Saturday night?
Ты думаешь, твой опыт тебе поможет в этом бою?
Да, я боксировал с такими хорошими бойцами, как Майки Гарсия, выставил все 12 раундов, с ними боксировал, и с мной Ламон Питерсон, который был двух весовых категориях чемпиона мира и выиграл у него. У меня побольше опыта в боях с именитыми бойцами. По части больше профессиональных опытов у Энниса, конечно, у него 26, у меня всего 16, но все же я дрался с такими звездами уже, и я уже проверил себя, плюс я дрался 12 раундовые бои. Энис еще не доходил до 12 раундовых боев, поэтому я думаю, для меня это плюс.
Well, the only edge that I see is my opposition, which was, I think, better than Enes's opposition. I already had fought Mikey Garcia, went 12 rounds. I fought two-time champion of the world, Alamont Peterson, and those are guys that will push you to the edge. And I already had gone 12 rounds. The only thing, I mean, as far as the professional experience, I mean, Ennis has more professional fights than I do, and the only difference is he never won 12 rounds, and I'm sure he'll be ready, and I'll be ready as well. So let's get it on.
Yeah, that's a great lead into the next question. That Jaron obviously has never been past 6 rounds. He's very aggressive. He starts aggressively and early. How do you to counter that early attack, and is the plan to take him into the later rounds?
Джерон агрессивный боксер, и он обычно начинает сразу агрессивно и сильно эти периоды бить. Как ты планируешь просто его эти атаки все отбить и ждать, чтобы прошло так 6 раундов, чтобы затащить его на территорию, где он еще нет?
Я думаю, что он готов ко всем 12 раундам. Готовился на все 24 раунда. И мы не ставим ставку на то, чтобы отбиваться 6 раундов, а потом начать вдруг атаковать. Нужно работать с первого раунда по 12, не останавливаясь. Наш план физически быть сильнее, быстрее, умнее.
Well, we're not basing our strategy on him being weaker. I mean, after 6th round or stronger first 6th round, I'm sure he's ready, and he's probably ready for the 24 rounds if it's going to take 24 rounds. But all we're going to do is we're going to work consistently, just keep on throwing punches and keep on coming forward, and pushing ourselves to the edge and trying to push Jaron to that same edge, and that's what's going to take us to be a winners, and we'll see whose hands is going to be raised up.
Thank you. And just a reminder to all the media, please raise your hand if you have any questions. I have 2 more, and then I'll toss to the media. Your last fight was a very close draw. What did you learn from that experience?
Предыдущий бой был как очень ровный бой, ничья. Чему тебя это научило?
Ну, нужно делать все, чтобы не полагаться на судей.
Well, mostly just don't depend on the judges. Yeah, it's never a sure thing.
So is that the plan this week too? Not to depend on the judges and look to end the night early?
Ну, это и смысл бокса. Здесь люди хотят друг друга нокаутировать и тем самым выиграть, а не бегать 12 раундов. В этом и красота бокса, что выходит на охоту и старается выиграть нокаутом.
This is the cornerstone of boxing game. We both of the fighters want to knock each other out. That's what makes it more watchable and more attractive. And do you coming out there? You're trying to hunt him. He's hunting you, and you're looking for openings there. If they're not there, you gotta be creating them, and that's the plan. Of course, knockout ultimately is a goal of every fighter out there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we will get to questions from the media now. First up is Keith Idek.
Yes, my question is for both Alex and for Sergey. I'm just wondering, Alex, maybe not necessarily by Ennis himself, but do you feel that Sergey's being overlooked going into this fight?
Do you want me to answer that?
Both of you, if you could.
Как ты думаешь, они смотрят на тебя уже как бы, ну, за тебя? Думаешь, что они смотрят на тебя как уже, ну, дан deal?
Ну, я не слушал и не переводил, что говорит Энис, и поэтому мне все равно, смотрят они за меня, передо мной, после. Мне главное, мы отлично готовы, нужно выйти, сконцентрироваться и показать все, что я умею на 100%. Вот и все.
Well, Sergey's saying he never listened to what Ennis has been saying, and who, you know, he doesn't look at the media and the comments on the upcoming fight that they're gonna have. It doesn't matter to him how they look at him as an underdog or as a favorite. He's coming out there as in any fight that he already had previously. He's coming out there to do his job and make the best out of it, and that's what he's gonna do. I mean, he's ready, and you know, he feels healthy. There is no problem. So that's the bottom line. He doesn't care about them looking at him in any way.
And Alex, what is your perception of that going into?
My perception is very simple. I mean, look, I know how they look at him, and I know what they think. And I've been told, you know, I told people before, you know, sometimes if you look at the stepping stone, it might be too high, you might trip over it. So I wouldn't be, that's their burden, you know, they put it on themselves. I mean, I wouldn't count anyone out. And in my career, in Sergey's career, I mean, there were people that coming in and look, you know, it were looked up as an underdog, but, you know, look what happened. You know, you can look at Ruiz and Joshua. You can look at a lot of fights that, you know, people were obviously looking at, you know, underdog and saying he ain't gonna last more than 2 rounds. I know Sergey. I know him from the get-go and how he is, and I'm not concerned at all.
And Alex, could you just ask him also? Beating Ennis would obviously be a great win for him. Can you ask him what he thinks that would do for his reputation and where that would move him in the welterweight division?
Как ты думаешь, что победа над Энисом делает для твоей репутации?
Ну, здесь в Америке он популярный боец, и он вырос здесь тренировался. Плюс мы деремся за обязательного претендента, как я понимаю. Поэтому все, что нужно для бойцу, это пояс и деньги. Нам платят деньги, нам обещали приближение к поясу чемпиона мира. Это все, что нужно.
Well, you know, he's a young and upcoming fighter. He's obviously well known here in the States. I think I got my share of fans as well, and all we want, you know, every fighter ultimately wants a shot at the title and money, and that's, you know, that fight gives us both, and that's what we're looking at. Of course, if we, you know, should I win that fight, it's going to solidify me in a position to fight for the championship of the world, get a crack of the big dogs out there, and that's all there is to it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. The next question will come from Sean Brown.
Hi, Sergey. You said that you hope that this is a good action fight and that you don't want Jaron to run in this fight. Do you expect this to be an all-action fight, or do you expect him to box on the back foot and as you said, run?
Как ты, что ты ожидаешь от этого боя? Что он будет боксировать с тобой, или ты думаешь, что он будет с тобой идти на войну, рубиться?
Ну, он, в принципе, он умеет и то, и двигаться, и рубиться, и у него и в левой стороне, и вправо, он разносторонне развит, поэтому мы готовились и к первому сценарию, и ко второму, поэтому посмотрим, там уже в бою, потому что иногда ты планируешь что-то, а потом, когда тебе попадают, и у тебя совсем другой план. Поэтому мы посмотрим, что будет в бою, но мы ко всему готовы.
Well, I can't decide what he's gonna do, but from what I've seen, he can do both. He can fight, he can box. It doesn't really matter. He's a full package, no doubt about it. And whatever he's going to be doing in the ring, we're getting ready to bring the opposite and come up with a scenario in number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever that is. We are ready, and that's the bottom line.
Okay, and not many people have seemed overly keen on fighting Ennis. What was it specifically that made you take this fight, other than you think you can beat him? Was there any specific reason that made you take this fight?
Многие боксеры отказывались с ним драться. Почему ты решил взять этот бой?
Ну, я не знаю про насчет многих. Хороший боец, не скажу, что он прям какой-то супер опасный или какой-то супер бьющий. Нам предложили хорошие условия, мы приняли, и сейчас посмотрим, какой это боец.
Well, I don't know who turned it down and who didn't turn it down. I mean, if you follow my career, I've never turned down a fight. I was offered a fight. The conditions were met that we had, and and he's just not a fighter. He's got same skills as many out there, and I was never scared of a fight. I love fighting guys. That is a challenge, and he presents a big challenge. That's all.
And do you think, after your last fight against Clayton, where it ended in a draw, it was a fight that many expected you to win, do you feel as though you have something to prove on Saturday night?
После того боя с Клейтоном, что все думали, что ты его просто там снесешь, а он был ничьей. Ты думаешь, что тебе сейчас надо что-то доказать боксерским фанатам, что они ошибаются.
Ну, Клейтон очень хороший боец. Он участвовал на Олимпийских играх. И все бои, которые мы смотрели, он шел вперед и дрался. А выйдя со мной, он выглядел в раза в 2, наверное, больше. И после пары раундов вдруг он начал двигаться назад, бегать, прыгать. Мы не готовились к марафону, мы готовились к боксу. И поэтому очень тяжело заставить кого-то, если он не хочет драться. Я думаю, что Энис, наоборот, ему нравится экшен, драка и бокс, поэтому у нас получится отличный бой для фанатов бокса.
First of all, Clayton is a great fighter. He's, I don't see that many people lined up to fight him either. I watched his fights previously when I was told that I was going to fight him, like about 10 days before the fight. And he was always aggressive. He's a big guy. He's a really big guy. If you looked at us, you could see the difference. And after 2 rounds of little action, he decided to just start, running. It's not a track and field. It's boxing. So I was really expecting him to stay in the trenches and kind of, go at it with me. Well, it didn't happen and kind of threw me out of my game. I've hurt my hamstring, but it is what it is. I mean, it's look. I mean, it was a great fight, to be honest. I mean, I watched that fight over again, and I still believe I won.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next question comes from Rick Muhammad.
Hey, Sergey, how you doing? Thanks for taking this time to meet with the media, and also thank Al Heyman, Showtime, and TGB. I wanted to ask you, do you guys have any concerns based on the style of fight that Boots Ennis brings to the ring? He likes to go at a lot of angles, the ring generalship and everything. But as we all know, styles make fights. Any concerns going into Saturday night's fight versus the likes of Boots Ennis?
Энис любит делать, ну, такие движения, он такой меняет стойки, у него стиль такой, знаешь, неортодоксальный. Тебе каким-то образом это, ну, тревожит?
Да, он неудобный, но у нас были похожие спарринг-партнеры, и мы готовились к этому. У нас отличный был спарринг-партнер, который делает все это даже чуть быстрее. Поэтому я думаю, что мы готовы к этому ко всему, и получится отличный бой.
Yeah, definitely. We knew that he's awkward enough, and he's really not easy to fight. He's a switcher upper. He switches from left to right, and he does it when you less expect. But we knew what we were facing, and more or less just got sparring partners that were doing close enough to what Ennis is doing, and maybe even better. I mean, it's just that we were getting ready for whatever it is he's going to bring in the ring. That's all.
Thanks a lot, champ. Much respect to you guys. Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media, out. Let's go, champ.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all very much for the questions. I guess I would just ask one more question of you, Sergey. You've said a few times now, you'll be prepared for, you know, whatever fight breaks out on Saturday night. Jaron's been on the record saying he's always the one to control what kind of fight plays out. Do you know, is your plan to come in there and set the course for it, or what do you say to that?
Энис уже сказал, что он всегда контролирует, что происходит в рингу. Ты планируешь ему помешать это делать?
Ну, конечно, нужно, каждый боксер хочет контролировать и навязывать свой стиль бокса, свою скорость, какая ему нужна будет. Поэтому нам нужно будет навязать свой стиль, свою скорость, менять ее постоянно. Нам нужно будет входить ближе к нему, поближе, потому что он длиннорукий, очень высокий боксер. И мы над всем этим работали весь кэмп, поэтому будем делать так, как нужно будет.
Well, sure. Everyone wants to control what's going on in the ring. I mean, I want control. He wants to control, and you know, eventually we'll see who's going to prevail. That's the bottom line. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do to go past his long arm length and get in a position to throw my punches. I gotta make sure that I make him do some mistake that I can explore and use into my advantage, and that's the name of the game.
Indeed, the name of the game. Thank you very much, Sergey, for taking time. Thank you, Alex, for
Thank you very much.
Saturday night main event. Jaron Ennis against Sergey Lipinets, welterweight, huge fight, huge stakes on the line. Thank you, Sergey, and thank you, everyone.